Welcome back to Building Wisconsin, Kyla. We're here in downtown Kenosha, another exciting project featuring the cement masons from Local 599. Tell us what's going on.
Absolutely, this is super exciting. It's a beautiful day. We are watching AW Oaks and our cement mason finishers paving 18th Street.
Sure, and when we talk about aging infrastructure, this is a prime example. This needs to be rebuilt and the cement masons are playing an integral role in it, right?
Absolutely, they are the educated and trained professionals, the best in the business, and their job is to make sure that the slab is nice and flat and there's no humps or bumps, the water goes where it needs to go, and that provides the safest, smoothest ride for the citizens.
Oh, they're gonna love it when it's done, that's for sure. Now tell us a little bit about AW Oaks, the signatory contractor in this project.
Yeah, Oaks is a great contractor, a great partner for Local 599. One of the cool things about them is they have like actual members from the tools that are in their ranks as estimators and supervisors and project managers too. So we like to see that kind of like flexibility and that growth from our membership.
Well, that's an awesome example of if somebody's considering becoming a cement mason, you don't just stay down on your hands and knees finishing if you don't want to. If you want to advance, there's opportunity with the right signatory contractor.
Absolutely, the sky's the limit. The industry is definitely in need of people that want to be leaders and step it up, and there's opportunities all over the place.
Well, this is going to be awesome to showcase it to our viewers. I'll see you in another episode. Right now I'm going to go catch up with Ed from AW Oaks.
Great.
Thanks for coming on Building Wisconsin, Ed. I am so excited about today's show because this is an opportunity to showcase kind of a unique, in my opinion, way of placing concrete and getting a municipal road built. So tell us what we're looking at.
We are looking at a full road reconstruct of 22nd Avenue in the city of Kenosha. Runs from about 18th Street down to 27th Street. We removed the entire roadway. We processed it in place on grade. All the gravel you see here was the old roadway.
Oh, that's cool. So you're actually recycling the old existing product.
We have a big crushing division, and we like to walk our machines down to save money and reprocess the road in place.
Well, you know, I know from previous shows that the preparation and especially the base of any road project, that's crucial, isn't it?
Yes, the base is very important, especially when we are trying to navigate down and build the job. It needs to support the operation. So we went down about 14 inches here to subgrade. We built it back up with 6 inches of stone. Any soft spots we replaced, and now we're going to put 8 inches of concrete pavement on top.
And one thing that I noticed that is a little different than in the past is you're not running steel all the way through it. You just have it certain, I assume where the control joints are going, you have some steel there.
Yes, these are all contraction joints. We're going to pave the road. Once the concrete's not plastic anymore and it gets hard enough to get a saw on, we're going to saw the joints directly in the middle where these dowel baskets are, and then these dowel baskets will act as load transfer support.
Okay, well, before we get into the process itself, I'm curious about AW Oaks. As I understand it, you have quite a history in southeast Wisconsin.
Yeah, AW Oaks, I believe they were around in the late 20s, early 30s, and then in about 1948 they became AW Oaks & Son. They were a earthwork contractor, asphalt paver, and then over the last 75 years developed into a earthwork, underground utility company and concrete paving company.
Okay, and hence that is why you were able to do some of the water main here as well.
Right, yes. We are a contractor that can do generally all the large operations on a job like this.
Sure, so is this a pretty typical project for you guys in a municipality setting?
Yes, we do a lot of jobs just like the one you're looking at in all municipalities around Kenosha County, Racine County, and into Milwaukee County.
Wow, that's awesome. And I always say on Building Wisconsin, we're fortunate to have a high quality of life because of the signatory contractors and the highly skilled professionals that are doing the work.
Yeah, we need all our trades. We have the finishers, laborers, and operators out here today building the road.
That said, let's go down and see everybody in action and see how this road is getting built.
Sounds good.
Okay, so once the prep has been completed, take us through the process. How does it all begin?
Well, What we didn't see was yesterday we finished trimming the grade. We come in with a trimmer and put it right on grade within 100th of what we need to be.
Wow.
We laid out all the joints in the baskets and pin them down. As you see down the grade, the guys are pinning them. This particular pour, we're using a belt placer, so that way we don't have to truck the grade and maintain the grade.
And that's pretty interesting because I've never seen this type of process. I'm used to seeing ready-mix trucks come in. So how is that different and why is it better in a situation like
Well,
this?
it's faster. We're using our own batch plant to produce the concrete, which is about 15 minutes away. We bring it out here, we place it right in front of the grade, and the paver has a strike off and a plow that can manipulate the concrete in front of the machine.
That's a pretty stiff mix. I mean, that's got to be a half-inch slope on that.
Well, there's no strength in water, so we like to keep a dry mix to get high breaks, so it's a high-strength concrete, and it'll also stand up because we are slip-form paving, and we got 2 vertical sides on this that need to stand up.
Let's go down and see that paver.
Okay. So this is a working SP94 slip-form paver. This machine is equipped with a plow and a strike off on the front with vibrators. We place the concrete in front, it strikes it off, vibrates it, consolidates it, and then you get your finished product out the back.
I just love to see advancements in technology. And years ago, they would have had to do this by hand, right?
Yes, they would. Back in the day, they would set rails. They were very large, heavy forms, and they would use machines that would sit on the rails to place the concrete.
Is it fair to say you get a better, more consistent end result using this type of machine?
Yeah, this machine in particular, we are equipped with Leica stringless technology, so we don't have to run sensors and string line like the old days, I guess.
So how accurate is it?
It's very accurate. It's within the thousands is what we're
Holy
dialing
smokes!
this into.
And I mean, we want it done as precisely as possible because that means this infrastructure is going to last for a good long time.
This should be well over a 50-year road.
How many lineal feet do you guys do in a day with something like this?
On a job like this, we're going to be around 2,000 feet in a day. It just depends on how many structures are behind the machine.
Well, it looks like you have a composite crew here, that's for sure. Let's go take a look at what the finishers are doing because they play a very important role in the end result.
Oh yeah.
You know, as I look at the finishers in action here, I mean, working with all the different trades, training has to play a huge role.
Yes, all the local unions, you got the 599, the 113, and the 139. They all do a great job at training their apprentices into great journeymen. At AW Oaks, we also do our own internal training, more geared towards safety, but ultimately the trades are what provides us with really good workers.
Yeah, and ultimately the great quality of life with the end results we get from these type of projects. Let's focus in on the role of the cement finishers right now. Walk us through what they're doing.
So we have some that are right behind the paver. They focus on sealing the surface. They want to make sure that there's no deviations or holes. They fill them in if they're there. Otherwise, they're running mops and bow floats right behind the paver and they're edging the slab. We also have some that are further behind that are going to bring up all these structures to finish grade.
And when you say structures, those are the mechanicals that are underneath. They're subgrade,
Yes.
but they have to be brought up to the surface.
Yeah, we have AT&T manholes, we have storm sewer structures, we have sanitary structures, and then all the water valves that all need to be raised. There's about 25 today that we need to pave over and then bring up about an inch to finish grade within a quarter inch of the surface and then hand finish around.
And so that's what I saw the finishers in action there. When you say pave over, it looks just like this, but everywhere there's a pink marker, that's where there's some type of mechanical that needs to be dug up by a finisher
Yep.
and then finished around, not right flush because you
Yes.
got to allow for snow plowing.
Yeah, unfortunately, the machine needs clearance to get over these structures, so that we got to leave them about an inch low, pave over them, bring them up behind, and that's where all the hard work is.
Yeah, and that's the hands-on work. And even though we're talking about the advancement in technology, there's still a lot of hands-on work involved in a project like this.
There's always going to be a lot of manual labor, but we try to make it as easy as possible with our equipment.
And you know, when I was watching the finishers in action down there, I believe they called it a bridge, because I was wondering how they're going to walk out there on this beautiful concrete to dig out those mechanicals.
Yes, we have a mechanical work bridge that steers it on the slab, puts out a nice turf drag for the finish, but it's also our means of getting out on the slab and bringing all these structures up, and it holds our tools.
And then beyond that one, there was a finish one?
Yes, the final bridge is a texture cure machine. This job in particular, we're using it to spray the curing compound on. Basically gives it a protection layer, lets it cure at a proper temperature, and gives it more longevity.
Does temperature matter when you're pouring concrete? Because here we have 4 seasons. Do you guys work year-round?
We do not work year-round. We're seasonal, but we are spring, summer, fall, and in the winter. I mean, we do got to complete our contracts, and we do go into December generally pouring concrete.
But does temperature matter? I mean,
temperature matters a lot because it really fluctuates your temperature of your aggregates and all the materials that go into making the concrete, and the hotter it gets, the harder it is to work with, and the faster it wants to set up.
Boy, there's a lot of thinking that goes into projects like this, and at the end of the day, yeah, aesthetics play a big role. We want them to look nice, but we really want them to last, and that's the longevity, and that's everything you're talking about, from the prep to the mix that you're using to the professionals that are running it and placing the concrete, and down to the curing compounds that you're putting on at the end.
Yes, it's all very vital for a 50-year product is what the city wants us to provide for them.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule and briefly introducing it to us. Thanks for coming on Building Wisconsin.
Thank you very much.